Hello. There we go. There we go. We fixing things on the fly. I'm a bad man fixing things on the fly. Here we go. There I am. There we go. All right. Give me just a few minutes. We're going to go live after I share this. If you're watching, please share what you're watching. We'll be on in just a moment. Go live, building models. Tell your friends. Now I gotta look over at Twitch. Make sure everybody knows that I'm live on Twitch. Flat out. We're live. Da-dum, da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-da. Donk. Thanks for watching, Doink. Donk. Donk and Alice. We'll be going live in just a few minutes. Oop. Back to the Facebook. James. James, thank you so much for watching, giving me a like. Sharing if you can. Sharing is caring in this instance, so thank you very much. If you can hear me, say hey. There we go. James over on Facebook said hey. Oh, we gotta turn that down. Bloop. James, thank you so much for sharing the stream. I greatly appreciate it. My good buddy. We were just talking about the game awards and all of the great games that came out this past year. Very excited to see how that's going to turn out. Bloop. And you know what? We might even do our own Big Bad Nerd Dad game awards. Hey, James Rivera! Hey, James! James is over on YouTube. Hey, buddy, I hope you're doing okay. Out there living your life. Living the dream. We'll be going live in just a few minutes. Trying to get things ready for my friends and family that are watching and doing stuff. Yep. Great. Okay, stream set up. We are live on Twitch, we are live on Facebook, we are live on YouTube. So let's go. All right, hey everybody, it's the Big Bad Nerd Dad. Thank you very much for watching today. Very excited for what we'll be presenting. We got a lot going on with the models and the terrain and the Marvel Crisis Protocol League that we're in, and I'm just very, very excited for what's going on because for the first time in a long time, I have a very full and busy schedule outside of my normal dad and work duties. I've got a lot of friends that have contacted me and that have donated things to the stream, that want to see me build things. My good friend Ryan donated a bunch of terrain and a bunch of models. I'll be putting together different groups and doing like little vignettes on the different groups that are within Marvel Crisis Protocol. Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers, Inhumans. I'm currently playing Spider Foes and Brotherhood. He set me up with X-Men and the Cabal as Guardians. Wakanda, just a bunch of different things that allow us to have a different viewpoint of the game and what all's going on. So I'm very thankful for Ryan. Thank you, Ryan, for donating and for allowing me to try out these models and then pass them on to other gamers. So tonight we'll be building Emma Frost and Psylocke. If you're not familiar with them, hold on one second. Double screen. Doop. Here we have Emma Frost and Psylocke. And I am very, very excited to get these characters on the board. Get this knocked out. Again, we'll be using an X-Acto knife. Be very careful when using the X-Acto knife. Always cut away from you. Sheathe your X-Acto knife when you're not using it. Make sure you're being very careful. All right. That right there and throw it away a little bit. So I'm very excited for Emma Frost specifically because Emma Frost will finish out my Brotherhood of Mutants 10-man roster. So when you play Marvel Crisis Protocol in a tournament setting, what you usually do is you bring 10 models or 10 characters, and from round to round you'll choose what you think is the best roster of characters to play with. She will give me an alternate affiliation with the Hellfire Club. She's a leader herself, so she'll be able to command and use a different ability than what I'm used to with Magneto or Mystique. And it just gives me a different level of play when using Emma Frost. Psylocke, my buddy Joe wanted Psylocke for his Weapon X team. For his Weapon X team and X-Force, so I'm gonna build her, paint her, and then pass her on to Joe, because Joe has also donated a ton of stuff to the Big Bad Nerd Dad stream. And so I'm very grateful for him. In fact, if you would like to donate anything, here is a link in the comments. Bloop. We are currently raising funds for the Wounded Warrior Project. So this link will allow you to donate to the Wounded Warrior Project. I'm going to do that on Twitch as well. Board up. Then here goes a link for my Amazon wish list. So if there's anything that you would like to pick up for us, it would be greatly appreciated. For Amazon, because it takes a lot to run on the to run all this stuff, so every little bit helps. I'm very grateful for whatever we can pick up, whatever anybody can send. If you'd like to do a cash donation to us as well, you can just message me straight through Facebook. I've got a Venmo, a PayPal, whatever it takes. All right, so we're going to read the Emma Frost and Psylocke back portion, and it says, Emma Frost, also known as the White Queen, has progressed from a critical member of the Hellfire Club and an X-Men opponent to one of the team's most valuable members and leaders. Frost is a mutant with powerful telepathy and a secondary mutation that allows her to convert her body into organic diamond. Frost is translucent in this state and retains mobility while being nearly invulnerable. And then Betsy Braddock is a mutant psychic with a wide range of telepathic and telekinetic skills. The Hand, that's like the ninjas of Marvel. Think of them like the Foot Clan. The Hand kidnapped an amnesiac Betsy and brainwashed and physically altered her, transforming her into a top assassin. Her memories eventually returned, but she retained her new appearance and abilities, including the aptitude to manifest the focused force of her telepathic power as a psychic blade. By intensely channeling and focusing her psionic powers into her hands, she creates razor-sharp edges of pure mental energy that she plunges directly into the minds of her opponents. She's a beast, from what I've been told. She is a cold-blooded model, and I can't wait to get her done and painted up for Joe, so he has her, and I can't wait to actually paint her up for the Marvel Crisis Protocol League. Hey, Alex! Thanks for jumping onto the stream, saying hi. My good friend Alex is over on Facebook. Don't forget to pin my warrior link. Thank you so much, Alex. I always forget about that. Pin this comment. Bloop. Thank you, Alex. So that is pinned where it should be. Good. All right. Pin your warrior link. So when you pick up models for Marvel Crisis Protocol, they'll come with a bunch of cards. Tactics cards. So it looks like we got a Psylocke, Headmistress, Mind Transfer, My Hellfire Club, Crimson Dawn. That's a Psylocke card. So that I make sure that I give these to Joe once I finish building Psylocke. Alright. These are the cards. We'll go over these on a different day. I just wanted to separate them while I'm doing this. Flip. Emma Frost has 2 forms, normal and diamond, so I will be building 2 models for her tonight. Hey Clow, hey, thank you so much for liking the stream and sharing it. I greatly appreciate that. Got my friends all over. I'm on Twitch, I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube. So if you see me streaming, like, share, subscribe, whatever you have to do, everything helps, and I'm greatly appreciative of it. Alright, so these have the QR code for the instructions, so we're going to go at it. And again, they do such a good job of putting everything together. Like, the left side is one Emma Frost, the right side is another Emma Frost. She's basically the same, a little bit different on each one. Psylocke is all by herself, so I know I can assemble her easy peasy lemon squeezy. It looks like she's standing over a destroyed sentinel, which is pretty neat. Get that to the side. Came with bases. Every single model comes with bases. If you watched the last stream, I had put together a bunch of other bases. I want her to be on the exact same base, and I magnetized the bases so that they'll fit in my special case, and when I put her in, she'll just stay locked in place. I'll be doing a tutorial on how to magnetize the models too via TikTok. Alex gave me that idea, and I thought it was a fantastic idea. So we are going to start with Psylocke, since we'll be building 3 models tonight. And of course, take your base. When you're using an X-Acto knife, always, always, always work away from you. Anytime you use a blade, make sure you work away from you. You may see me do it, and I say this every single time so that nobody gets confused. Do as I say, not as I do. I have a very physical job. My hands are heavily calloused. It is very hard for me to get cut. Do not do it. The X-Acto blades are very sharp. They can cut normal hands very easily. Please, please, please be careful. Keep these models to the side. I'm gonna put Psylocke on this nice little plain base so that when I paint it, it's super easy. I'm gonna use my clippers. I'm gonna re-angle my camera just a little bit. There we go. Better. Boop. So, first things first, I'm gonna clip out the base that she sits on very carefully. Cut these fine points. Round. And the green grass grows all around and around. Very good. Yeah, and James makes a very good point. Don't rush with trimming with the blade. Just nice and easy. Slow and steady. We're in no race. This should be fun, relaxing. James, I think you're putting some models together tonight as well. My buddy James is over on Facebook. We actually work together, so we've been talking about this all day. We're both very excited about this. Looks like something Psylocke is jumping over. There's a piece. Gonna clip that right out. I did. James was like, I need to pick up some super glue on the way home, so I went ahead and grabbed some super glue on the way home. Loctite super glue gel control. I usually use the ultra gel control. This is what they had available. Ultra gel or regular gel, it's fantastic. It doesn't flow all over the place. It'll give you time to set things. So we just spin it down to lock it in place. James says he's currently working on terrain pieces. 2 cars, 2 dumpsters, and 2 light posts done. Nice, James. Good job. Right. I'm going to put this little glue on there. This right here. Bonk. There we go. Yeah, that looks like a fallen. Now I can see it as a fallen sentinel foot. What's really cool about the X-Men, I don't have any of them available, but a majority of the X-Men have like sentinel pieces all over their bases. Like they work together and destroyed a sentinel. Rogue is blasting through the center of one, and I think Beast is hanging off like some scaffolding, and there's some bits of sentinel on the floor. So it's all pretty cool. All right. Now that that's all assembled for her, let me double check and make sure. So the models are so well done that you can just look at them and see 1 leg, 2 leg, body, head, one sword, which is actually her psychic blade, which is connected to her hand, and then another sword, just a normal katana, and then just like her belt or her whippy, flashy belt that'll go around her. So what I'm going to do is glue this to the base first. A little bit of glue all around this flat edge. Plop, put it right there on the base. Just like that, so that there's very little hangover. One thing that I cannot stand is when a model is like reaching over the edge of the base. Ready, teach. Thanks, Ready, teach. And very few of the Marvel Crisis Protocol miniatures go over the edge. Now we're going to be very careful with this foot because it actually has a bit of like a tab that'll go inside of a slot right here on the base. We're going to cut it off at just the right angle and then go back with our Ryan is me. Ryan is watching us over on Twitch. Thank you, Ryan, for giving us a watch. Ryan is the friend that I told you at the beginning of the stream who had given me a bunch of terrain and some models to check out and teach new players how to play with and then pass on to. So I'm very grateful for Ryan and his help with my hobby. Just a good guy. All right, and again, remember, always, always, always work your blade away from you. Don't do like me. Do as I say, not as I do. This should just fit right in there. Bloop. Do a little bit of cleanup right here. Try to see a bit. Well, up. Up. Flat and flush as possible. Set her leg down. Love the old War Machine Scorn models. No. Scorn and Legion from War Machine always gave me the most trouble because they had all these little sword characters with itty bitty contact points and generally just a pain. So I am just wiping away the flash from the edge of her sword. It has very little anywhere else. And like I said, I've been spoiled by these Marvel Crisis Protocol miniatures because they're so easy to assemble. Gotta be very careful. Flip this. There. Take out her psychic sword. And then off a little bit. Her sword is really well done. Don't want to mess this up at all because it's going to look wicked awesome once it's done. It looks, you can see her fingers being entwined with her telekinetic energy in this sword. It is so nice. Set her arms to the side. Bloop. Can't tell if that was thunder or the upstairs neighbors. We'll find out soon enough. Beep. Alright, so this is the front half of her torso. I'm gonna shave down a little bit of flash that is there. Bloop. One piece. And then her head, gonna be very careful because it has another one of those little very small contact points. I don't want to bust that up or cut it too short so that I don't hit that contact point with her body. The back half of her torso, flip it just the right spots. Flip from this side. Bloop. Again, we will. There's very little flash. They've done a phenomenal job with all of their models. Ryan and I had talked about it at one point where some of the earlier models were a little rough, but they've really gotten it down to where this is very easy to assemble, very fun to paint. Bloop. Curve that a little bit. Down. Carve that a little bit. Down. Yeah. James says that he agrees with the models getting better. They were a little rough at first, but now they're awesome. Okay. So we're going to assemble the body. I'm going to dab a little bit of glue in this portion. It doesn't take much. It's a very small model. I'll take the other side, place it together. Her torso is assembled. And it fits very well together. That's why I clean up everything after I cut it off the sprue, so that it fits nice and snug. They make their models so that the mold lines look like pieces of their clothing, and it is so functional and so nice so that you don't see these wide gaps, you don't see these untidy seams. Whoops, there goes the body. Okay. Put just a little bit of glue in here. Put that together. He looks like he's going to be a lot of fun to paint. A little bit of glue right here. James over on Facebook says that he is assembling the new core box for Marvel Crisis Protocol. The new core box is called the Earth's Mightiest Heroes core box. And it basically has a bunch of good guy models, a bunch of bad guy models, everything you need to play the game. It's $140, $150, but it comes with everything you need to play the game and enough for at least 2 players to start. So if you and a friend want to go halvesies and split it, you can work that out with your buddies. James and I actually split the new core box only because I really wanted the Doc Ock and all the new competitive stuff out of it. The new crisis cards, some of that new terrain. The left hand is this one. And this is exactly why I use the gel control. It's because it gives you a little bit more time to set the piece that you're working with. I literally put it in there, backed it off a little bit, And now it's starting to do its super gluey thing. I'm gonna put a little glue in there. Bloop. And around the edges. Bloop. This one will come back. It's in nice and flush. Again, they've done a phenomenal job with the mold lines and how the rest of the model looks. They made it so that the mold lines look like her outfit. Again, just phenomenal. I'm gonna do a dry fit real quick just to make sure she fits into where she's supposed to on this base. Yep. I'm gonna drop some. I need to come up with a Loctite glue catchphrase. I do. I really wish that Loctite glue would sponsor my stream. I use so much of it. I trust it so much. We could do locked in tight with Loctite. All right, so if you're new and you're watching, that was my good friend Matt over on Facebook. Matt said I need a Loctite catchphrase. Bloop. There she is. And look at how dynamic that pose is. Pick it up a little bit for you. Spin her around. Like I said, just an amazing, beautiful model. We are at 34 minutes, so I can tell you for sure that this model took me at less than 25 minutes to assemble. All right, it took 5 minutes to get everything rolling, and then did a little bit of talking. She is good to go. There we go. Got that back foot locked in place. She's jumping off of a piece of sentinel foot. Again, really love these Atomic Mass Games models. Very easy to assemble. They look very dynamic. They're a blast to paint. She's finished. Now we're going to move on to the Emma Frost brew. Like I said, Emma Frost is actually two different characters. Or two different models. I've got the exact same base because I am a huge nerd and I want everything to look the same. So first we are going to start with, which one is which? I guess it doesn't really matter. I can choose which form I want to be which. They both look the same. There's no texture on the body. She's wearing long gloves. Can't see it on her face. Well, I guess maybe you can. Yeah, actually you can. That's really neat. This model has more of a rocky block texture to it because she's supposed to be going into a diamond form. So this side is her diamond form, and this side is her normal form. So we're going to start with the normal form. And I'm just going to snip everything out of that. One. Whoop. Leg. I like to snip everything out. It's kind of close, and I have to be careful, right? I just want to snip things out off. Gotta make sure they're snipping off at the right places. Emma Frost is a true blue leader. She is wearing heels. They are tactical heels. You can see that. My big beefy hands can barely hold this model piece. All right, it's a tactical heel, but it's closed toe, so you know that she can do some running if she has to. One thing that I am not a fan of is multi-pieces for parts of the body. So like the chest, yeah, I understand, but they did 2 parts for her head and hair. Like this is her hair, and then this is the face that goes with that hair. I'm just like, you could have put that all together, probably, maybe. But they don't do it often. I'm no fool, no siree. I'm gonna glue this thing immediately. Because I tell you what, if that face gets knocked off this desk while I'm assembling this thing, I will never find it. Boom. Her head is ready. Now we'll do her torso. Same thing with her torso. I'm going to clean it up a bit. Got very little flash, but the flash that is there, always make sure to clear flash before you start gluing. Because sometimes the pieces that you're gluing need to sit flush, and the flash won't allow that. Or reverse flash, you never know. I wanted to talk a little bit about the Marvel Crisis, or the Space City Marvel Crisis Protocol League that James and I are currently in. Our good friend Danny Dean has organized this citywide league where we get to play together and have fun and do all kinds of crazy stuff. I actually just found out the other day that I won a gift certificate to The Adventure Begins, this amazing store on the north side of town, out close to Conroe and the Woodlands. Alright, her torso is ready. Clear any and all super glue. Danny Dean messaged me and was like, hey man, you won a gift certificate. Congratulations. I was like, oh cool, because they were doing raffles every round. Yeah, Matt, I won a gift certificate to The Adventure Begins. I'm glad you said that you're only 10 minutes away from them, because they have a phenomenal tabletop group up there, not just for Marvel Crisis Protocol, but for all the different games. Frostgrave, Silver Bayonet. They're real big on Warcry and most of the Games Workshop games. Loctite. Yeah, they've been working on some of their stuff. They're really like a lot of their advertising goes more towards their um, comic books and other things, but they have a very good um, tabletop wargaming group up there that's just killing it. Just a little glue, do you? Bloop. Put the torso on. Yep. But yeah, I played a few games of. I've actually played Warcry up there. I've played Silver Bayonet. I've met up there to play some Frostgrave. Um, I put this on now. I feel like I should put this on now. Where'd that go? Before I try and glue this, I've got to figure out exactly how this thing goes on there because I can see that it's got like this. There we go. That's how it goes on. Right over her. I'm going to put just a little bit of glue here. And then around these flat spots on the cape. Yes, I have figured out how to decorate my carry case for Marvel Crisis Protocol. I'm going to Mod Podge it. I'm just going to prime it black with a strong Krylon metal bonding primer, and then have at it. I'm going to get a bunch of comics on sale somewhere. I've been looking at Facebook Marketplace and buying these bulk lots of direct comics. Yeah, that's about right. Oh, here. Now that I'm going to attach her head. Just a little bit of glue in there so it doesn't just spill out all over the place. There we go. Set her down for a second so I can pop out her. It looks like she's standing on this really cool broken inner circle Hellfire Club logo. That'll go on her base. And then pop out her arms. Again, being very careful so as not to fling these little guys all over the place. Wiggle that out. Now we got this uber cool arms and legs. Gonna clean these up real quick before I attach them. They are very delicate. I'm gonna be very careful. One, and then there was a part right there on her hand. I'm gonna be very careful and very carefully laying that down. Doing the same with other hand. Oh, there it is. I'm trying to find the flashpoint for it. The flashpoint was so small I could barely see where it was on this. Another testament to their great job at making miniatures. Put a little bit of glue. Just a little dab will do ya. A little contact point to a little contact point. And this hand is going up to her head, like she's activating her psychic abilities. Like right there next to her face. Perfect fit. Her other arm slash hand is reaching out. Just a little dab of glue right there on the edge. His hand reaching out. Needed to clear some of that glue. Which should come up the edge. There we go. Much better. Again, they've done a phenomenal job with their models because the mold lines look like a part of their outfits. Very well done. He sits into the Hellfire Club base. One there. Put a little bit at the bottom of her other heel. Boop. Is she already ready? Already. I told you they make these phenomenal models that are easy to assemble, fast to put together. First one done. And if the first one took me 25 minutes, this one took me 20. Because it no pain, no gain. She, unfortunately, no matter where I put her, is going to have a lot of hangover. But that's what I wanted. We're going to put some super glue on her bottom, on the bottom of her base. Let that sit. Bloop. All these nice little edge contact points. Bloop, bloop. Put her down. Bam. So Emma Frost #1 is done, and I have already magnetized her base, so she's all set for my custom box. We're gonna knock out this second one, and we're gonna do the exact same thing that we did last time. We're gonna cut out all the different parts of her and assemble them as we go. So head, or hair, and face. Being very careful because they had the crazy idea to put the face and hair as two separate things. Enough glue, okay. A boop, there we go. Allow it to place. And so this one is going to look more rocky / diamondy. It's hard to see on the face, but you can see it on her body. Like her body looks like it's got sharp edges where the muscles should be. Really neat looking. With the torso. Do the front portion of her torso. Up, loop. But back to the Marvel Crisis Protocol League. My first opponent is set for Thursday, so I will not be streaming Thursday night. I will be at Etten Games and Hobby, hopefully winning my match. It'll be Brotherhood versus the Avengers. And I am very excited to try out my Magneto Juggernaut get out of my way build. Had a lot of fun playing James with it. I learned quite a bit from it. I learned that Magneto is a very tactical piece. You got to be careful where he's placed. I learned that Juggernaut is not a nice model. He is not a nice person. He is all kinds of crazy. James over on Facebook will attest. He was my opponent. He says that it's a scary build. I had fun, but he got rocked. But I had also been theory crafting the list for weeks and thinking about how to pull off certain moves. Who's your do's, who's your don'ts. Right. I am going to. The models are so well done that I don't even have to snip. Sometimes I can just rotate and pull the models right off of the sprue. And I love that. If you are a beginner modeler, or if you wanted to get into a war game, or if you just like Marvel characters, heroes, villains, and you wanted to try this game, this is the perfect game. The instructions are easy to follow. Like, I don't even have the instructions in front of me. I'm just assembling these models because they're intuitive. A leg piece goes with leg piece. Torso goes on top of leg piece. Blah. Set it and forget it. A little bit more. Yes, Ryan. Ryan over on Facebook. Is it Facebook? Yeah, Ryan over on Facebook said it best. Leg bone connected to the hip bone song. And it's that kind of intuitive model building that we need for new players, right? We're not trying to do something crazy off the wall, never been seen before. We just want to assemble models, get them painted, and play. A little bit of glue. Lip. Yeah. I am positive leg does not go on top of head, but if you want to put it there, that's your model. That's your money. You do what you got to do. Boom. Alright, so next, she's going to chill while I pop out her cape. And so if you've ever been intimidated by modeling, by putting together models, taking them off the sprue, gluing things together, Marvel Crisis Protocol miniatures, the newer ones, are exactly what you need. Very simple, intuitive builds, made to simply put together with a very little amount of glue. Get them painted up real quick, and then get out there and play. It has the same thing. A little bit of glue right here, and then a little bit around the edges. And with this one, we can be a little generous with the glue because this is the ice version of Emma Frost. So any excess glue or junk, we can just roughly paint it to look like diamond. Diamond. Gonna keep that on there for a little bit. Hold press. Gotta make out of this world character somehow. Well, that's another thing too, is that I've seen a lot of really cool alternate paint schemes for the characters. I'm so fixated on their like what the world knows them to look like. Magneto in purple and red. Wolverine in his blue and yellow. Like there's different paint schemes for every single character, and seeing those across the table for me is amazing. All mine are going to be the generic studio paint scheme that's on the box, comic accurate. And there's a lot, but the truth is that there is a lot of comic accurate color schemes out there. that people just don't realize or are utilizing. Well, there we go. Like I see some really cool stuff with some people doing their models in completely alternate color schemes. Like the Kingpin. Everybody sees the Kingpin and he's in his white suit and he is big, intimidating. But there's another Kingpin that's in his uh, like a Hawaiian print shirt. And so I've seen people been painting him in his suit, but instead of the suit, it's a Hawaiian print suit with red, like red Hawaiian print over white. And it's just, it looks phenomenal. And I think that it's a very clever and great idea for their a different spin on the character. Bloop. Or man, I saw uh, somebody do an X-Men themed Spider-Man where he was blue and yellow, and oh, it was beautiful. It was something that I had never seen before, something that was um, a great idea. They took it and ran with it. Our buddy Greg did instead of a normal Spider-Man, he did a bombastic Bagman, which is Spider-Man in a Fantastic Four suit with a brown bag over his head. It was a great conversion, and it looks different, and it's still got the same pose, so you know that it's Spider-Man. But just a great idea. Bloop, bloop. Glue her down. Give that a second. Let that get going. Hey, Brian, thank you so much for the like. I just saw that. Michael Bradley, thank you so much for the like. Every like, every share, every view, everything helps, and I'm greatly appreciative for it. So if I'm not talking about it, if you're over on Facebook, please check out the link that is pinned to it. And if you are on Twitch, here goes the Wounded Warrior donation link. We are raising money for Wounded Warriors this month. So thank y'all so much for watching and participating and checking it out. Everything helps. Finish cleaning off this space. Flip. And in all honesty, this is it. Emma Frost and Psylocke are both done. I glue her to her base. Flap. And you can see there's a slight variation in them. So this is the crystalline form, the diamond form, and then this one will be just the normal, what do they call it? Oh yeah, it's just normal and then diamond form. She looks normal and then she shines bright like a diamond. Two different forms, two different character, right? In diamond form, she goes from a 333 to a 444. Size stays the same, cost stays the same. She gets different abilities, different attacks. We'll talk about those kind of things on a later date when I start doing the individual, hey, this is what X-Men plays like. This is what X-Men has available. This is what the Avengers has available. But both nice, beefy characters. But we are done. We are done with Emma Frost and Psylocke. Oh, wait. Psylocke has one more piece that I forgot about. It has a little belt. I know exactly where the belt goes because there's a little notch on the back of her where the belt should go. There we go. There it is. There. And it looks like on the model it comes off of her and whips around to the side. We will dry fit that. Here. Exactly where it's supposed to go. It hugs her back. There's a little indentation for this to go. Bloop. Gonna push that in place. My knife. Bam. All right. All right, so we got that little piece on the back, sort of flowing behind her. She's sort of lunging off of a sentinel foot. Both of the Emma Frosts have these very dynamic custom bases with the Hellfire Club, Inner Circle, broken piece right there. Gotta be careful. I'm gonna put some more glue under her foot. She is very wobbly. Boop, boop. See how quickly that's set. Loctite. Gel control. That's what you need. Locks it in place. What we got? Hey, Rusty! Rusty, I just saw you. So good to see you playing Marvel Crisis Protocol. I love the game and am not having much luck building an MC computing. Oh, Rusty, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I played Emma Frost a few times, and Diamond Form has always been a trap. Well, Rusty, I'm going to give her a whirl in a for funsy game coming up here pretty soon. I'm going to play Eric Pickett for a league game. Danny Dean put together an amazing Marvel Crisis Protocol League game that I'm very excited to see, that I'm very excited to participate in, and I'm also very excited to play against Eric Pickett with my Brotherhood of Mutants. So I want to see if I can bounce him around a bit with good old Juggernaut. Blip. This is actually not Juggernaut. This is my Unstoppable Colossus miniature that I won. John Owens printed and painted this beautiful model. It's for the Ultimate Encounter scenario, which I will be playing on our 24-hour stream. Very excited for that. Raising money for the Wounded Warrior Project. Blah. You see how big and beefy he is. He's super cool running around the field. And I think I have one more piece of terrain that I can build for tonight. We're gonna do that. Now that I did what I needed to do. Emma Frost was the last model that I needed to fulfill my 10-man roster for the League and for the Brotherhood. I don't like having more models than I need. That's the beauty of Marvel Crisis Protocol. You can take a few models out. Sees it. If you watched the last stream, I kind of didn't assemble one of the pieces of terrain correctly. It was this one, the Dimensional Rift. I have to build a couple of them. They are a size 2 terrain. Again, Atomic Mass Game does a great job of labeling their terrain so you know exactly what size it is, making the game much easier to play, less arguing. You just put the game down and play. Loop. I have this one that is not assembled correctly, but I still think it looks pretty cool. So we're going to rebuild this one. Quack. Like that. Take all the pieces out since we got a little bit of time left. I went 2 hours on that last stream and it made me feel good. Safety first. We're going to do the big pieces. Up. 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 Issue with it. This is going to slide in here. Like this. Boom. There we go. Dry fit. Diamond Form is a trap. Duly noted, Rusty. Actually, yes, I have. I have a few 3D printed models for Marvel Crisis Protocol. I got a tongue lashing from one of the mods on the official Marvel Crisis Protocol Facebook page for having 3D printed models. So I don't post there anymore, but I do have some 3D printed models for Marvel Crisis Protocol. I do plan on printing a few more out for alt sculpts right? Because the current black cat is a little wonky, but this one is just so pretty, climbing up and over. But yes, I have dipped my toes into some 3D printed terrain, and I loved it. I no longer have my laser cutter. I had to give that up when we had to move. But I am getting another 3D printer here pretty soon. And I will be 3D printing stuff from time to time. Specifically for another war game called Spellbound. Yes. Rusty, you're absolutely right. It is much better than the chiropractor backflip version. Cairo, right? I put a little bit of glue. But the truth is, Rusty, this is the first war game in a long time that I felt confident in playing competitively. Like, I actually want to go to tournaments for this. I want to compete. I like playing it. I think it's a lot of fun. Ultimate encounters are my favorite. Playing against live opponents is not intimidating or rough for me. I'm having the time. I'm having the time of my life. And it is amazing. Like, this is such a multifaceted game. Even the games that I've lost against other people, and I have lost games for my friends out there that think that I'm the best war gamer ever. I've lost tons of games. But even the games that I've lost in Marvel Crisis Protocol were close. I didn't feel like it was a landslide victory. There was always a chance for me to come back and do something. I had a lot of fun. It scratches that itch of a war game that I can try and pull something crazy often that I used to do in War Machine and Hordes with my Gatormen, for fun and to drive my opponents crazy and to just do something that isn't average, right? It's long shot win, but a plausible win condition. It also helps that Marvel is so big right now and so popular that there are lots of people that want to play this game. There are lots of people that are interested in playing a war game with Marvel characters. That, yep. We will go some on the bottom, some on the sides. And bloop. Another thing too is these are all characters that my daughters recognize. They know Black Cat, they know Spider-Man, they know Iron Man, so they're interested in this. They like the models, so potentially as they grow up and grow older, they might play a game with me. Oh yeah, and James, man, and that's another thing too. James isn't my friend James over on Facebook isn't a competitive player, but he enjoys Marvel, all things Marvel. He loves Spider-Man, and so he's playing Web Warriors and he's having fun assembling and building models, something that he's never done before. He's having fun playing games with other people. Maybe not in a competitive sense, but we've done Ultimate Encounters. We've done the separation anxiety. We've done the colossal juggernaut, or the unstoppable colossus. What's another one that we've done? I mean, I've got the rules for Ultron. I've got the rules for um, Dormammu. Just picked up Dormammu. So it's not only is it a war game, but it's a board game. Like it's got multiple ways to play. And yes, James, you are getting better and learning, and that's all a part of wargaming and keeping our minds sharp and using tactics and figuring things out as we go. He says something. Yep, Matt, the ultimate encounters, the co-op missions, fantastic. It's a great way to get people to play. Like, it's a board game. The game runs it. The game runs itself. It has rules for what the bad guy is going to do, or what the encounter is going to do, and then you do your best to beat it in the time allotted. Love it. Love it. All right, so Rusty over on Facebook just asked how many people can play at once in an ultimate encounter, and the largest ultimate encounter right now is the separation anxiety, and that is a 4-person free-for-all. The threat level is capped at 11, so you can only build an 11 threat team with 4 players. I think when we did it, we only had 3 players, so we're like, let's spread those points out, and we gave everybody 13 points. But most of the ultimate encounters are 2-player, with the exception of the separation anxiety, and they're fun. They're different. They're a great way to play. There's a bunch of free ultimate encounters that you can get off of the Atomic Mass Games website. The Magneto one is up there. The separation anxiety is up there. Unstoppable Juggernaut. Incredible Hulk. My friend Ryan gave me a bunch of Marvel Crisis Protocol miniatures to try out and try and pass on to other players. And the Incredible Hulk was in there, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna keep him because he's painted up, and so I can do the Incredible Hulk Ultimate Encounter. I want to create a little Ultimate Encounter box filled with all these different scenarios that normal tournament players haven't gotten a chance to play, and run those at conventions so people can see how simple the rules are and how fun it is. And not only can you play it like this, like a board game, but you can line up your team versus your opponents versus an opponent and play it like a war game and play out some of the biggest battles in Marvel history. Web Warriors versus Spider Foes, Guardians of the Galaxy versus the Black Order, Avengers versus Hydra. Got a lot. There's just so much to it, and it's so much fun, and it's so easy to get into. Atomic Mass Games really knocked it out of the park with this. Sorry, getting some messages on Messenger. People trying to get a hold of me while I'm streaming. Okay, guys, I'm alive. This is a triumph. Making a mark here. Huge success. Alright, let's put some stuff together. Let's put some stuff together. Correctly this time. This goes on the bottom. But to answer your question, Rusty, currently most of them are 2-player. There's no reason that you can't adjust the point values to include more players. The Parker Luck, which is the most recent ultimate encounter, is set at 10 points. It's made for 2 players. I haven't tried that one out yet. That is one that I want to do because it involves Spider-Man, and no matter what team you bring, you are considered a spider foe, and you are working against Spider-Man. You are the bad guy. Trying to stop him from making rent. I just think that their ideas are so unique and fun. The unstoppable Colossus ultimate encounter is fun and crazy, and it is an actual storyline from the comics, and you get to play it out trying to stop Colossus and get him back to normal and be like, no, stop, don't hurt all these people. Blip, blip, blip. Somebody said something. James, you over there laughing at my bad jokes. Thank you. It's greatly appreciated. Do 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 do. If I spin this thing this way, this thing goes like this. Okay. Put this in here. There we go. Up a loop. Thanks to all my buddies watching, liking, sharing. Sharing is caring. Helping me get donations for the Wounded Warrior Project. Greatly appreciated. My 24-hour stream for my birthday, we will be playing a lot of Marvel Crisis Protocol. We'll be playing Marvel Champions. I'm looking into getting an alternate dungeon master storyteller so that we can have somebody run a game and I play in it instead of me having to run the game. This is where things got goofy last time. All right. So, where is it? All right. So let's get all the pieces put together first, and then we combine them, unlike last time. All right. So remember, bloop, to do it on the stream, Ramirez, instead of clipping off camera. Everyone can see what you're doing. Okay. Everything is everything. There we go. Boom, found the first one. Put a little dab on there, boop. Put a little dab over here. Then we will attach so that that goes together correctly. Then we will put this one. Come down. put this together so that we can make sure that it looks neat. And it'll go into here. Oh, there we go. That's fine. This should go in here like this. This. Just double checking. Yes. Dry fitting is the way to go. Put some glue on here. Put some glue on here. Put some glue right there. And again, this is terrain, so we don't care about getting glue and junk all over it. It's just going to add character to it. Yes. Glued myself to that terrain. Take it easy, remember. Bloop. Bloop. Put just a little bit of glue here. Roll that around. Put it together. This goes in here. And if you're watching this, I'm sorry if you got seasickness just right there. Sometimes you gotta crack a few eggs. Speaking of cracking a few eggs, who here is ready for Thanksgiving? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see my family, to eat. If I'm lucky, my wife might let me bring a key lime pie to Thanksgiving so I can have key lime pie for Thanksgiving. Because who wouldn't want key lime pie for Thanksgiving? Yum. Do I have anything else that I can assemble? Man, I hate running out of terrain. Nope, that looks like it's going to be it. Okay, I've assembled all my models. I have assembled all my terrain and my... Let me give you a different look. Matt on Facebook, you do what you want to do. Make 2 turkeys. Make a boring normal one, and then make a delicious Cajun one. Why? Just do it. Like Shia LaBeouf. Like Shia LaBeouf. Like that dude says. Just do it. Just get in there and do it. Right. Ooh. Gotta work on that gamma. But look. Ta-da! Alright. 2-dimensional rifts. We've got 1, 2, 3. Somebody clip that. My bases are magnetized, so they're ready to go inside my... Oop, don't put it on the laptop because that is causing something funky to go on. Probably just erased all of my HoloCure data. But that was it. We built Emma Frost, we built Psylocke, we built a Dimensional Rift. We talked about the 24-hour stream. We talked about the Marvel Crisis Protocol League that's going on. Thursday night, I will not be streaming. I will be playing my first opponent in the league, which I'm very excited about. And yes, Matt just asked over on Facebook, am I doing signups for my 24-hour stream? Yes. Wednesday, I will be announcing the signups for the 24-hour stream. I will put out the schedule of what games we'll be playing, and it will be open. So if you want to jump into a game, I am asking that you only sign up for one game right now, and as we get a little bit closer, we'll see if we can get you into another game, because I have a lot of friends and family that would like to participate, and I would like to get as many different people involved as possible, because this is a gamer charity event. Like I want people to be able to play. I want people to realize that you can play tabletop board games for charity, to raise donations for a charity that you believe in, that you know is doing good in your community. Because we as individuals can do something. We can help our community. And I've always believed that I've had a passion for just talking and being around people and hanging out, and really using my gift of fellowship to connect with people. And so why wouldn't I use my gift of fellowship to raise funds for different charities, right? Texas Children's Hospital, the Houston Food Bank. We're working with Wounded Warrior Project right now. And then next year, I will be doing a year-long campaign for the Houston Crisis Intervention. And that is for suicide prevention in the greater Houston area. And that's something that I just think that, there's a lot of people out there that are sad and need help. And sometimes it's more than just being sad. Sometimes it's just not being fulfilled or really knowing who you are or what's going on. And there's people out there that love you and want to help. I'm a person that loves you and wants to help. And so that's what we'll be working with next year. But Matt, to answer your question, absolutely. Wednesday on the Big Bad Nerd Dad Facebook page, I will be posting about the schedule of events and signups for those events, because I'll only have like a couple of slots open per time slot, right? And so then we'll have to find a way to get people here to the Big Bad Nerd Dad Studios, or maybe another location. Maybe one of my new sponsors will be able to help me out and give me a place where I can play for 24 hours, and I don't have to watch my kids at the same time. But I'm looking forward to it. I will let y'all guys know this Wednesday, so in 2 days' time, before I go out for my Marvel Crisis Protocol League game. But again, I'm very thankful for everybody that's liked the stream, that's followed the stream, that's shared the stream, that's taken the time to write a comment and watch it. It means a lot to me. I'm trying to reach as many people as possible, playing board games, because that's what I love to do, and I love people, right? So I hope that you've had a good time on the stream. I love you very much. Remember, walls ahead, rubble behind.